It's a little bit green. I can see some sort of telephone mast there, but on the map I see a trig point. Good morning. Can you see me? I think you can. Lower that down a bit. Yeah, that's better. Right. Good morning. I'm going to say a trig point challenge, but this is not really a trig point challenge. It's Thursday the 11th of April, and I've had to drop my wife off in St Woolos Newport for a small operation. She's actually having a screw taken out of her knee that has become loose since she had a fracture on her leg last year. She had an x-ray about 3 months ago. She was having some pain in her knee, and when they looked at the x-ray, the screw had actually come loose. So 3 months later they're going to take it out. The knee is starting to build together. Meld? No. So the knee is starting to heal, so they don't really need the screw, so they're going to take it out today. So I dropped her off about 7 o'clock, and I've driven about 10-11 miles away to Wentwood Forest. I took a wrong turning, as always the case with me, and pulled in at the side of a track, which I'll show you a little bit of video of it now. I can see a TV mast just over my right hand shoulder, and when I opened OS mapping, there's a trig point quite close. It's only about a 5-minute walk from here, so I'm going to have a little look at that. It's at 309 metres, and I think it's called Wentwood Trig. Other than that, I'm in a forestry area, and it's looking quite green now. So I'm going to take my camera and tripod. I was going to say trig point then. So I'm going to take my tripod and perhaps get some woodland photography, early spring woodland photography. It's not as green up with us as it is here down at Newport. So it's a chance to get some early spring green. So let's take a walk and find the trig point, and then perhaps try find some woodland to take some images, or let's try and find some trees within the woodland to take some images. Oh right, so I've walked for a couple of minutes, had a look at my map, and I think the trig point is possibly in these trees. As far as I can tell, looking around, woodland photography might be a bit difficult because they're all young trees. There's no separation. It's a sunny day, I suppose, and you would need some fog or mist to make something of it. But I think the trig point is through this little path here. Now, unless we come to an opening, let's get into the sun. Unless it's in an opening, I would assume it's one of those trig points that are stuck, in the middle of a woodland, and at one point it would have perhaps been. Well, let's go and have a little look anyway. It's got to be down here somewhere. I would assume that at some point when they put the trig point up here, that it might be an opening, I don't know, but although it's thinning out a little bit. There would have been views, but back 100 years ago, nearly 100 years ago, in the 1930s, when they put these trig points up, they'd have had viewpoints to other trig points. Is it opening? Oh, right. I can see it. I don't know whether you can just see the white. Somebody's obviously been here in the last couple of years, because it's been painted, and the dragon thing has been put on there. But as you can see, it's a trig point without a view. All these young saplings. Oh, there you go. Not very hard to find. I can't see any views around here. So, not sure of the name of the trig point. I think it's Wentwood Trig Point. I'll have a little look and I'll put it up on the screen. Am I going to get a photograph with me? I should do, shouldn't I? Perhaps I can set the timer on this GoPro rather than get my camera out. So there we are, trig point for today. Okay, so if I don't do anything else today, I've ticked off a trig point. Okay, it's outside the Brecon Beacons, but it's always nice to get outside here. Let's go and find... Can you hear that woodpecker? Let's go and find some trees to take a photograph of. It's nice to see spring greens, but at the same time, last year's beech leaves, as you can see that bee is there, last year's beech leaves are still hanging on. I think that's what, well, I think that's one of the reasons why in olden times they built hedges, beech hedges, is because the trees, the leaves would hang on for a lot longer. So obviously keeping the fence, you know, keeping it as a hedge, I should say, longer. I just realised it's not Thursday the 11th, it's Thursday the 10th. Something about the 11th. That's right, I think I'm back down just to the gun lice tomorrow to look after my grandson while my oldest lad goes to play golf. Right, so I've done 3.14 miles. I've been out an hour and 38 wandering around this mostly conifer, evergreen woodland, forest I would call it, rather than woodland. And I don't think I've taken any shots. Well, I've done some video. I did find the trig point, as you would have seen. And probably that's the most interesting shot I took, and I took that with the action cam. I did find a woodland of beech, but as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the leaves on the beech, other than around just behind you, are still sort of brown, and they weren't a very interesting bunch. It looked like there could be some bluebells perhaps growing there, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't make my way all the way down here to photograph the bluebells in that particular spot. It wasn't that interesting. There are better bluebell woods around than that. Anyway, I'm going to close out here. I'm going to drive around to Cadira Beaches because I don't think Deb is out of theatre yet. I don't even know if she's gone in yet. She said she was turning her phone off. Well, I've had no update to say that she's in, out or wherever. So I've got some time to bide. I don't know what else to do. Perhaps take a walk down there, have a drive around. There is a nice viewing point not far from you that looks across to the Usk Valley. So I might just go down there and see if I can get a landscape shot. Right, but for now, I shall love you and leave you. Thanks for watching.